Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Finon for the second round intermediate championship clash between Lahardane and Parke. With me here today are Bernie O'Malley and Darren Flynn. Bernie, Lahardane had a great run last year in the junior championship. Can they go all the way this year?
Oh, absolutely. I think last year they just done so well last year. Fantastic to watch. It was a great journey, and I really feel this year. Yeah, sorry.
And you have family link into the team with Keith and Philip.
Yeah, they're both here today.
Does that have any effect on watching the game for
It
you?
makes it very hard to watch a game because you're always nervous and you don't want them to make a mistake or anything. So
And how do you see the game going?
I think it'll be a tough game. I think it's going to be hard on the conditions are going to be back. But I think ours will get it.
Darren, you did the travel down here this morning to the game.
Yeah, it's not that far away. It's forward flight. It's just across the neighbouring parish. Looking to it, looking forward to the game.
Yeah, how do you see it going?
Well, being from Parke, I suppose we have to go to Parke win it. We really have to because we lost the first round to Louisburg by a point, so we have to win to stay in the championship. It'd be tight, like over the last couple of games, Lahardane had the upper hand. Last time we went by 2 or 3 points in the league, and we played in April up in Parke. We went by better by a point. Both teams could have won it. They scored time. They have to win again.
Yeah, so score prediction.
Oh, Parke made 2 points.
And before we go any further with their coverage, the club would like to send their condolences to the family of David Walsh from Newport, who passed tragically this weekend. We'll now pass over to the local musicians for the national anthems and a minute silence for Sarah Loftus and David Walsh.
Have a minute silence for the late David Walsh and the late Sarah Loftus, who died recently. We'll just have the national anthem now.
that's all.
Yes,
Use the umbrella. I don't want it. You can stay close for speaking.
Declan Neary kicks the first first shot wide for Park. Alan Gallagher takes the ball out to restart the game for Lahardane. That ball's out on top of Gary Newton and he's fouled in the process of winning that ball. Conor Coleman looks to get the game started quickly again as Lahardane playing right to left in their change colours of red and Park in yellow. Shane Loftus picks the ball, gives it back to Conor Coleman. Conor into James Maughan. James looks to take on a man, beats him, delays the ball and gives it to the oncoming Mark Noon. Drives through the Park defence. Jared Maughan for his first intermediate championship start for the club today. Finds Conor Coleman across the pitch. Conor releases it to Paul Coleman. Paul beats his man, goes through. John Finn playing advantage for the home team. Adrian Leonard looks to take it on, back to Jared Maughan. Jared sends it in towards Aaron Murphy. Aaron holds off his man to win the ball. Swings it over. That's wide for Aaron Murphy.
No quick one! No quick one! Away!
Conor McDonald to take the restart for Park. Looks to find Neary at centre field. Fouled by Conor Coleman.
Well done, Philip. Leave it there, Philip. Watch your man now. Somebody dropping, Gary. Somebody dropping. Well done, Barry.
Neary on the ball. Ball inside the corner, Benny Joyce gets this one ahead of his man. Keith Loftus looking to secure the ball and it's a kick out for Lahardane once again. Alan Gallagher slowing things down just to get positions back in for Lahardane. Conor Coleman wins that dirty ball to Jared Maughan. Jared finds Shane Loftus on the wing, secures the ball, takes it on, finds James Maughan inside and hit them from this range. Great pressure by Park, but the ball only falls out to James Maughan again. James finds Shane Loftus again. Back to James. James off the left boot inside to Gary Newton. Gary from range sends it wide again. Colin McDonald with the kick out for Park. Finds Darren Durkin. Darren sent it inside, only into the hands of Barry Leonard. And surely fouled, but the referee plays advantage. Barry drives out, gets it to Paul Coleman. Paul onto Conor. Conor securing the ball in the wet. Into Paul Coleman, who can't make that one. Intercepted by Simon Doherty. Simon across his man, back to Simon Doherty. Into the centre. James Maughan's putting on the pressure. Park midfielder does well to secure that ball. Declan Neary sends it in long, but only to Barry Leonard again. Barry to Keith Loftus, to Aaron Murphy, to Conor Coleman, and Conor to Shane Loftus. It's a great quick play by Lahardane. Aaron Murphy gets the ball and drives down the wing. Just holds the ball out to Jarlath Maughan. Jarlath finds Mark Noon across the pitch. Park with everyone behind the ball, doing very well to keep as Conor Coleman gets a hit to the head. Starting team for Lahardane today is Alan Gallagher in goal, Benny Joyce the corner back, Barry Leonard full back, and Philip O'Malley in the other corner. Gerald Mahan, Paul Coleman and Mark Noon make up the half-back line, with Conor Coleman and Gary Newton in centre field. Aaron Murphy, Adrian Leonard and Shane Loftus make up the half-forward line, with Cormac Riley, James Mahan and Keith Loftus inside. The Park starting team is Conor McDonald in goal, Cullen McNicholas, Brian Moran and Paul Moran in the full-back line. Aaron McHale, Simon Clarty and Shane Corley make up the half-back line. In centre field is Declan Neary and Ronan Riley. Ray Neary, Ronan Carlin and Jack McLaughlin are the half forwards for Park, and Darren Durkin, Jack Ducey and Mark Cusack make up the rest of the attack for Park. There's still no score here in Lahardane as the game is held, and Cormac Riley looked to put this free over the bar. Conor Coleman is leaving the pitch due to injury, and his brother Michael Coleman is coming on to replace him. Cormac Riley finds the newly introduced Michael Coleman, who looks to take on his man. Finds Shane Loftus. Shane with a bit of space swings that straight over the bar. It's a great hit and score to Lahardane.
Paul, sit, Paul. Sit. Oh, quick one, boys! Pick up! Well done, Jimmy!
Mark Noon beats his man to the breaking ball, drives past two men and gets fouled in the process. A few early fouls for Park in the opening stages, and they're struggling to deal with Lahardane's great pace.
Paul! Can you get on the free, your mark?
Michael Coleman to restart the game for Lahardane. Gives it over to Paul Coleman. Paul into Aaron Murphy. Aaron secures the ball and brings it across. Finds Michael Coleman. Paul Coleman, Shane Loftus. Shane turns back and finds Mark Noon. Park backline is holding up strong with all the men they've behind the ball.
Go on, take him on, go on, boy! Well done!
Mark takes on the ball and gets by his man.
Go on.
Finds Cormac Riley, Shane Loftus. Shane sets by his man, it's brilliantly over there. Conor Coleman comes back in to replace Michael Coleman after that blood sub.
No, quick one! Michael! Quick one!
Lahardane 2 points ahead. Park looked to win the kick out to get back into the game. Conor Coleman gets up ahead of his man and breaks the ball, but only for a Park man to win it. Shane Corley on the ball, takes it on. Aaron Murphy coming in to close him down. Shane gets the ball dispossessed by Mark Noon. Mark Cusack on the ball now, drives into the Lahardane defence, puts inside, finds Durkin, back to Cusack again. Cusack looks to put this one up inside, but finding no one, and the ball's gone wide. A couple of early wides for Park, they'll be ruined with the wind behind their back. Alan Gallagher to put this one into the wind again for Lahardane. Out on top of Shane Loftus and Conor Coleman gets that one. Takes it on, puts inside. Back to Jarlath Mahan, Shane Loftus, back to Jarlath. Jarlath gets it to Shane, back to Paul Coleman, sends it inside to James Mahan with a brilliant ball. James fights off his man to win that. Takes on Cullen Moore and sends it inside to Cormac Riley. Cormac, that dangerous left foot, looking to get inside to cut it. Back to Adrian Leonard, Junior Player of the Year last year. And just puts that one wide.
Nothing short!
Park restart the game once again. A lot of action up that side of the pitch. Aaron McHale gets away from his man to get the short kick out. Back
Let him have it! Let him have it! Let him have it!
Cullen Moore on the ball now. Looks looks to get by James Martin. Just returning from an ankle injury.
Zone corner.
Ronan Riley on the ball. Back to Moran. Tries to get by Gary Nyochton.
Well done, Gary. Well done,
Just
Gary.
gives it back to his man. Riley on the ball again.
That's a corner.
Looks to
Shut
go
him
by.
up.
Rainier send him inside. Inside to Ronan Carlin with Benny Joyce. The ball with great aggression. Benny Joyce up against his man once again. And that's an excellent score by Ronan Carlin. Pull one back to Park. Foul by Paul Coleman gives Park the chance to level the game with Lahardane leading 2 points to 1. From distance with the wind behind his back, so this should be a straightforward enough chance for Ray Neary. Neary stepping up to slot this one over for his side. Hits it right and wide.
Break the ball. Be away. Everyone on line. Away.
Park proving to be a bit wasteful with this strong wind behind their back. They won't have in the second half. Alan Gallagher looks, steadies himself, and sends that into the hands of Benny Joyce. Sends out the ball to Philip O'Malley. Jarlath.
No shot!
Declan Neary. Back to Cusack. Cusack looks inside to find Jack Ducey. He can't stop the ball from going off play. Lahardane lead 2 points to 1 at the minute as Alan Gallagher looks to restart the game again. A lot of unhappy Park men on the field. Alan Gallagher sends this one over the sideline. It's a very difficult kick to kick into.
Go in, Jack, go in! Give the ball there. Ball, lad!
Park looking for a football to get the game restarted, but can't find one. Park in the Westmeadow jerseys in yellow. Both teams out their original black and yellow strips as clashing colours. Jack Ducey looks to get the game started again.
Here, up here! Come on!
Jack Ducey took that line ball from the wrong position and forced a hot ball. John Phil pulls that one back for the hot ball. And will throw the ball in between Neary and Conor Coleman.
Don't mess with the ball.
Neary and Conor Coleman into this ball. And Coleman wrests his way up into the air and breaks it down to Gerald Mahon. Shane Loftus gets the ball back, drives out from the defence. Shane Loftus to James Mahon, who's well out from the full forward line. Conor Coleman takes it. No option for the centre back. But fouled by Simon Clarity. Finds Cormac Riley inside. Cormac to Mark Noon, who looks to use his pace. Inside to Adrian Leonard, but Colin Moran cleans that one up. Aaron McHale takes the ball on, gives it to Paul Moran. Moran to Durkin. Park looking to build an attack off this turnover. They send it inside, but only to Benny Joyce. Cleans up again. Shane Loftus takes the ball out. Inside to Paul Coleman. Paul secures that well. Jarlath into Mark Noon, into Aaron Murphy. Back by Shane Corley. Sends it to James Mahon. Mahan inside to Cormac Riley. Does well to beat his man, but Ronan Riley in there to clean up the breaking ball. Clarity picks up the ball again and gives it to McLaughlin. McLaughlin back to Clarity again. Park up to run this ball into Lahardane. Back to Clarity again and into Ronan Riley. And Mark Cusack sends that one high and wide for Park. Another wide for the visiting side. Alan Gallagher out top of Conor Coleman. Conor does well to wrestle his way into that ball. Cuts inside, gives it to Gary Johnson, who looks to settle things with Lahardane again. Inside to Paul Coleman. Paul finds Keith Loftus. Darren Durkin turns over that ball for Park. Inside into Declan Nearing, but marked well by Barry Leonard. The ball's gone wide and the kick out to come from Alan Gallagher. Lahardane still leading 2 points to 1 here in Buffino. Alan Gallagher drives that one out, but only out over the sideline again. Ball stayed back into Ronan Riley. Park struggling to use the wind to their advantage. Ball's back to Cusack. Cusack across out onto the wing where there's space. But Lahardane taking up Park's tactics of putting everyone behind the ball now. Rainieri out to the wing. Back to Cusack. Chance for Park. And Alan Gallagher in under the high ball. Barry Leonard clears it off the line. Well defended by Lahardane. But the umpires wait for a goal now. Very delayed decision from the umpire. John Finn goes in to talk with his umpires about that decision, see if the goal should be allowed, and it has been. Changing part of Declan Nearing going into full forwards, starting to cause a bit of trouble for the Lahardane backline. Alan Gallagher looks to get the game started again. Out on top of Conor Coleman. Conor loses that one to Ray Nero. He wins the ball back, and that's great work from Conor Coleman. Cullen Moore takes on the ball. No one going for him. Cullen looks to give it off inside to Cormac Riley. Could be seeing a possible booking here for Lahardane's wing back Paul Coleman after that foul. Lahardane players unhappy as Paul Coleman shown a black card for Lahardane. Ronan Carlin to put this simple free over the bar for Park to stretch the lead to 1-2 to 2 points.
Right, Alan, left running.
Alan Gallagher finds Shane Loftus out the wing. Loftus gets up, wins the ball, and that's surely high. High tackle. John Finn addressing the foul. Challenge of Shane Loftus. That's fouled by Gary Johnson out in the wing. Ball's played inside. Riley coming off the wing again. That's a great score off the boot. Simon Lahardane stretched their lead to 4 points.
Who got that score, sir?
Clapton.
Lucky, drop!
Park starting to gain a bit of momentum. As Colin Moran drives through the centre of the field. Aaron Murphy tracking back, getting the hand in. Moran releases the ball out to Corley. Corley to Carolyn. Great pressure from Lahardane on the back, giving Corley no option. And that's over carrying from Park centre forward. Ball inside to Benny Joyce. Holds on second attempt, back to Philip O'Malley. Philip beats his man. Gives it to Barry Leonard. Barry lucky to get away with that one. Ball brought forward. Barry Leonard into the cousin Adrian. Adrian looking to get into this game. Adrian bursts down the wing, showing us a great pace. Finds Cormac Riley inside. Cormac dangerous in these areas. Swings that over and it's a great score for Cormac Riley. It's wide. Park refusing to go into the dugouts on this side of the field. And no one here in Buffino really knows what's happening at the minute. As John Finn talks to his linesman. Kick out to restart the game. Aaron Murphy up. Conor Coleman gets a hand to that, but only to the on-rushing Aaron McHale. Conor applies great pressure, turns off the ball, and John Finn calls a foul. Ball inside to Clarkey. Drives through the defence, beats all the men. Into Durkin. Durkin looks to throw up the bar and he does. It's 1-4 to 2 points now for Durkin. Alan Gallagher drives it long. Gary Nyonka breaks it down. Gerald Mann looks to beat his man to the ball, does well, and gets fouled in the process of picking up the ball. Michael Coleman in for Paul Coleman. Connor onto the rushing Barry Leonard. Driving out the defence he likes to do. Gets fouled in the process. Conor Coleman, Lahardane holding on to the ball but struggling to get anything going. Conor fumbles that. And Philip wins it back for Lahardane. Shane Loftus inside to Barry Leonard. Jarlath's found in space. Sends it inside to Cormac Riley. Cormac needs a score here for Lahardane. Colin Moran does well to defend. It's 45. Colin Moran having a strong game for Park. Some of you might recognise him from his incoming YouTube channel as the game starts coming again. Gary Newton sends it inside. Long ball into Cormac Riley. That's a great score from Cormac. Great ball from Gary Newton.
Well done, Gary! Gary, and again. Michael, drop! Leave him there, Michael! Leave him there!
Park still leading 1-4 to 3 points. It's Adrian Leonard going to look to bring that back to just a goal between the two sides. Approaching the end of the first half now. Steps up and puts that over the bar effortlessly. 1-4 to 4 points to Park now. Sent long by the Park goalie, up and top and near, but Conor Coleman gets a great break on that ball. Shane Loftus turns inside. No options in front of him. Holds onto the ball to Aaron Murphy. Aaron takes on his man. Aaron looking to get the game started quickly again. Finds Adrian. Adrian up against Moran. Adrian cuts inside and swings that just wide.
Right again, Newton! Bring the ball! Michael! Away, Michael!
Between the teams coming into half time is promising for Lahardane. Strong reasons in it. Sent long, Michael Coleman gets a good break in that ball. Only as far as McLaughlin though. Takes on the ball and gets sent over the sideline with a great shoulder by Michael Coleman.
That's a right good
Yeah.
shoulder.
Doesn't sound well on commentary. Michael looking to start the game again after that blockbuster shoulder into Shane Loftus. That's a late hit on Shane. Into Philip O'Malley. To Aaron. Aaron Murphy takes the ball on. Gives it to Mark Noon. Mark into Gary Nyoxon. Gary wins the ball back. Back to Michael Coleman, who's doing well since being introduced. Shane Loftus gets the ball, it's taken by his own man. Michael Coleman fouls the man, trying to pick up that ball again. Simon gets a strong hand, but not enough to bring off the ball. Durkin drives through the back line. And John Finn pulls that back for a free kick. Lahardane men calling for travelling, but John Finn disagrees. Ronan Carlin looking to put 4 points between the sides again, stepping up for this free kick. Strong wind behind his back. Carlin puts that over the bar and extends it 4 points inside coming into the final 3 minutes of the half. It's 1-5 to 4 points now, coming to the end of the first half. Michael Coleman struggling to get his hands on that ball. Park coming rushing through the defence. Carlin's found, cuts inside, goes for goal and sends it high and wide. That was a big boost for Park going into half time, but another chance wasted. Alan Gallagher looks to go short, sends it long instead. Up on top of Conor Coleman. Conor fouling nearly in the process. Flaherty sends it inside to Riley. Riley stepping by Gary Nyoxon. John Flaherty sends it inside. The Park beats Declan Neary. Carolyn though cuts inside and sends it over the bar once again. Proving very dangerous for Park. It's 1-6 to 4 points now to Park. John Finn blows for half time. We'll be back in 10 or 15 minutes to cover the second half. Half time score here 1-6 to 4 points.
Who are you covering?
News. Are you covering it, yeah?
Yes.